guys, we're Chad and Ashley, and this is ouRVan. Today we are going to share our big news that we've been holding on to for some time now, and that is we sold our van about 2 weeks ago, and now we're homeless. It's a kind of a bittersweet thing. We're very sad to see it go, but we have big plans coming up very soon here. And even though we are no longer ouRVan, or have the van slash RV, whatever you want to call it, we're still going to be ouRVan. We're not changing our name. We're not going to change our YouTube, because in the future we do plan on being back in an RV, van, school, something. We're going to be in something. But before we get into that, we have another little adventure in between that. But we'll share that with you in the future.
Well, we are still in Quartzsite, Arizona, and yeah, RV is gone. We got a little temporary adventure. I'll call it temporary. It's a shorter expedition we're going on here that doesn't require an RV, so we did get rid of it in the meantime. So the RV is sold, and right now we're just hanging out in a wash behind an RV park where we're temporarily staying, and we'll give you a little more detail on that. Figured we'd find a more interesting place than this, so we're gonna go on a hike today over to a place called Palm Canyon. It's just a little bit south of here. We'll tell you more when we get there, and until then, instead of our regular intro, figured I'd throw in a few shots of the old RV, and as a little maybe goodbye kind of thing. I don't know, something like that. So.
And the trail we're going on, I feel like if you're ever coming to Quartzsite and you need a little bit of nature in the mix, because I know going to the shops and things like that can get a little old, so I think this is a perfect trail for if you're here visiting and you want a little break and be with nature. I think this is a perfect place to go.
Yeah, so let's head over to Palm Canyon. made it to Palm Canyon. This is going to be our hike for the day. It's about 30 miles south of Quartzsite on Highway 95, Interstate 95, US 95, whatever you call it, when you're headed towards Yuma. About 30 miles down, you make a left off the road to head a little farther east, and then it's about 6 miles down Palm Canyon Road, and it's actually in a part of Kofa Wildlife Refuge. So we're heading up into the canyon now. Hope to see some palm trees. Not sure how close we'll be able to get to the palm trees, but hopefully we can at least get a good view of them.
The palm trees in this canyon that we're gonna see is the only palm trees native in Arizona. Took me a second.
Well, it's official. ouRVan is sold. So we kind of had a rough plan. For those of you who haven't heard in our videos in the past, my dad travels full-time in an RV, and he was going to be in the Quartzsite area, so I figured I'll post it for sale while we're around Quartzsite and just see what happens. And if it actually sells, I knew we could hop in with his RV, and then he's actually driving back towards our hometown, which is South Florida. And I knew we could hop with him, catch the ride across the country, and we weren't sure if that plan would actually work out, but it did. We posted it for sale when we first pulled into Quartzsite around the end of December. And then, when did it sell, Ashley? Do you remember?
I don't know.
It was pretty quick. I mean, it sold within a week or two of posting it.
Yeah.
Probably around January. I think it was probably January 2nd it sold, if I had to guess. So it went pretty quickly, moved all our stuff out in one day. You'll see a shot of his rig coming up at some point here, but all our stuff is piled in his front seat for now. Very unorganized. And yeah, we're heading back to South Florida slowly. More big plans to come in the future. We're gonna make you wait a little bit for that one also. But anyways, some guy, very nice guy, came, bought our RV. And yeah, he's living in it now. He was actually traveling in an RV also at the time. He had an older Class C, and I guess it had some issues that he thought he wanted an upgrade, so he switched to ours, and now he's actually selling his old RV in Quartzsite also, while living out of ours. So that's what's happening right now. Anything else, Ashley?
And I just think like we were very fortunate, and the situation just happened to work out perfectly, having Chad's dad here to help us and have somewhere to put our stuff and go back home rather than having to, like, I don't know, fly. It would just be more expensive. This way we're kind of saving money, and everything just seemed to fall into place. So can't complain of how it happened. So we're sad to see it go. I miss it so much. It's already been like, what, a week or two now that we didn't have it. And I miss it so much, but we're also ready for the next adventure.
So for now, I'm sure we'll think of some more things to tell you about it, but for now, let's continue our way up into Palm Canyon. Palm trees right up in there. And a quick water break. So if you do choose to come do this hike for yourself, here's a quick tip for you. When you're hiking up into the canyon, you get to the point where the sign is when you can first see the trees. We're just a little past that right now, but if you look in front of me, you'll see this is Palm Canyon up in here. And up this side of the rock here, that's where you view the palm trees, up through that crack. So if you want to get to the palm trees, you don't go up that way, which would have been my first guess, actually. There's this big pillar that's like right in the middle of it, and you actually want to take the narrow path on the right side of it. Because if you take the path on the left side, that's the bigger one that probably would have been our first guess, actually, but luckily we watched another video from a friend of ours that actually advised to go up the right side there. So we got it on the first try. It's not what you would guess, but it is the correct way to get up to the palm trees if you want to make it all the way there. So keep that in mind if you choose to come here. So the nicely established hiking trail. The nice hiking trail kind of ends back where that sign was that said palms. I mean, there's a trail through here because a lot of people have walked it, but it's the difficult part of the trail coming up here. And we're heading up to see how close we can get to the palm trees. It looks like it's going to be tough and very, very steep uphill. So hopefully we can make it up there. Ooh. And that's where we came from. That parking lot right in the middle of the screen. Really, it's a pretty short hike overall. I don't know the exact distance, but I'm going to say all the way up to the trees just one way is definitely less than a mile. See if we can get up through there and hopefully get a good view of the trees. So I guess this is a good time to tell you all that Buddy is actually not a purebred Australian Shepherd. He's part mountain goat, and he really shows off his abilities in these difficult sections. Come on, bud, let's go. Yeah, show her how it's done. Okay, but he says, "Excuse me, I'm going first." He makes the difficult stuff look easy. Makes me wish I had 4 legs. It's a tall one, I know. I'll go first. Oh man, the camera didn't flip fast enough to catch him jumping it.
He made it.
Yeah, he makes it like it's easy. This is difficult, but I'm thinking we're gonna go that way. All right, like I said before, very difficult when you get to this section. We got this one really tight squeeze here that we're gonna wait for Ashley and Buddy to make it through. Then I'm gonna turn around and show you some palm trees.
It's right there?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh.
Buddy's hesitating a little, but he'll build his bravery and follow.
I'm gonna wait. Oh, here comes the goal. He's coming.
I always miss it when he makes it through, but Buddy definitely keeps up. Wow, this is a tight squeeze. I might be too fat for this. Oh, look at this squeeze we're doing here. Oh. All right, but the reward at the end is worth it. Much better view of the palm trees up here. Also, I know we haven't really mentioned much of our plan yet for heading south, but we're gonna make a few interesting stops. Not sure on all of them yet. We're debating Big Bend National Park. It's gonna be mostly places we've been already, but maybe you haven't seen the videos yet. Big Bend National Park, it was a favorite on the way over. We might make a detour for it on the way back. New Orleans, Louisiana, could definitely be worth a stop on the way back. All through Texas, we're basically taking I-10 across the entire country. My dad's got a 38/39 foot Class A motorhome we're gonna be traveling in, and he tows a Jeep as the tow vehicle, which you'll probably see us riding around in a few times. Careful, Buddy. Buddy's leaving us.
Yeah.
And yeah, should be a bunch of fun stops. Let's see if we can get up closer to these palm trees. Again, I would say that this is a very difficult hike. So, don't go for it unless you've got at least some little kind of hiking experience. Really, anyone physically fit, or at least close, average, should be able to make it. Just be careful. Even the best of us need a boost sometimes, right, buddy? All right, check it out. Palm tree. Very cool.
Oh, look, we made it. I could touch one. We're from Florida, so, you know, we grew up with these trees, but it's so super exciting.
Yeah, they do look just like every other Florida palm tree, but it's cool to see them in a canyon in Arizona.
That's kind of a weird spot. They're all the way up here. There's none down at the base. They're all like right up in this canyon. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, as far as we know, these are the closest palm trees to hike to. And it was quite a journey up here, as you could see all the way down there. You could see the little trail, and even up to there you're climbing, but then it gets to be a crazy climb to get up into here. So I guess the reason these are up here is just because, I guess a couple of reasons. One, because they're shaded about half the day. They don't get too much sunlight, more than they can handle. That's why they don't just grow everywhere in the desert. And then this one, I'm just kind of assuming that the way they're in this canyon here, when it does rain, on the rare occasion it kind of funnels down into here. So on the rare occasion there is a little bit of rain, they get a lot of water in this area, which probably keeps them alive just enough, since combination of the partially shaded and getting a little extra water from being in this canyon. I'm assuming that's the reason they're here. Let's get a little more up into them.
Windy. It's kind of scary.
Well, ouRVan, that old RV, was very good to us.
It was.
It gave us about, what, a year and 3/4, just a little under 2 years we lived in it. It took us all up the East Coast, from Florida to Maine, all the way back down to Tennessee, across the southern US, all the way to Southern California on the coast. It took us up through, what do you call it, maybe Midwest, I don't know, all through Wyoming, Montana, Yellowstone National Park, all the way up to the Canadian border, Glacier National Park, back over to Washington State, all the way on the West Coast, down the entire West Coast, back to Southern California, then into Arizona for our last work camping adventure there in Phoenix. Gave us a lot of good memories, and yeah, we're on to our next adventure, and it is on to its next adventure with its new owner.
Yes, she has never failed us, and it is an RV we'll never forget, because not only was it our first one, but it also took us to all these amazing places, so that's something we'll never forget.
Yeah. It's gonna miss it. Hopefully it treats the new owner as well as it treated us. And,
she started ouRVan.
That RV did start ouRVan. And don't worry, the adventures are far, far from over. Don't you go thinking we're just going home to get our jobs back and start working again. That could not be any farther from the truth. There's a lot more ahead, so stay tuned and we'll keep you updated. And don't worry, we will be on the road again someday.
Yes.
But for now, we're gonna enjoy these palm tree views. And what else? Is that it for this video?
That's it.
All right, I guess we'll end that one here. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Time to go down through this tight squeeze one more time. But he's getting way ahead.
I'm going to the Jeep.
Look at that little mountain goat. Like a pro. Oh. It is pretty tight through here. How's it going, Ashley? Wait up, buddy. We're not all as fast as you.